Welcome to the Bayou Lacombe Museum. Here you can dive into the past of the southeastern Louisiana community. Although present life all around the world is modern and advanced, life was drastically different in the early 1900s. Formal education was scattered in this area until this building was constructed as a schoolhouse for local residents.
The building's original purpose was to be a schoolhouse for all the children of the area. The land and the materials were donated by John Davis. John Davis had a lumber industry, and he was also a large property owner in Lacombe at that time. It was built and completed in 1912.
The building was used as a school well into the post-World War II era. The site was officially labeled as the first schoolhouse in Lacombe in 1976 during the country's Bicentennial Commission. Once the building was utilized as a heritage site, it was entered into the National Historic Register as of 1990. The museum is divided into 5 major sections. This area documents the industry that Lacombe thrived on. The abundant resources, including lumber and bricks, allowed the local people to work and produce products for the growing population of the area.
Life was simple. Everything was completed by hand, such as sewing and washing clothes. Even record players were cranked by hand.
It's a lot of the same amenities that we have today, except that it was manual. You had to do all of your work by yourself and with your manpower.
Living in the coastal swamps of Lacombe, most people had swamping boots, which prevented them from being bitten by water moccasins as they gathered supplies for their daily lives. Even though the population was small in the village of Lacombe, it didn't stop the local residents from wanting to serve their country.
One of the original pieces of the museum when it was first built in 1976 was what we called the Hall of Heroes. And it basically has Lacombe veterans from every war from the United States.
The exhibit includes items from uniforms and modeled planes to old gear and equipment. The names of these local heroes are listed on plaques, which document the wars each individual served in.
The rich history of Bayou Lacombe includes many who served in the military, but long before colonists arrived here, the Choctaw Indians called this place home.
Abbé Adrien Roquette was a Catholic missionary from New Orleans who devoted his time to the Native Americans on the north shore of Lake Pontchartrain. Respect for Abbé Roquette grew among the Choctaw as he preached Catholicism to them. The Choctaw began calling him Choctaw-Ima, meaning like Choctaw, for they respected Roquette as one of their own.
The history of this area is encased inside the walls of the oldest wooden schoolhouse still standing in St. Tammany Parish, which preserves our past and presents it to future generations.
We're growing. It's a fun little interactive museum, and it takes you on the journey in the past and tells about the culture of the area.
It's a way that we can share the knowledge that we have from those who came before us, and we can show how people live, the reason we have what we have here today.
You have an idea when you walk in the door that the person greeting you is going to be family. And this is multi-generational family atmosphere in here. And they're going to give you a true passion story of what Lacombe is and what it was.
Thank you for joining us on this tour. Be sure to stop by the museum and explore the rich history of Bayou Lacombe.
Ethel, please connect me to the mayor.